Hey y'all, I'm back again. I'm going to do the second part of the survival series here about cold weather survival. Basically what to do when you're in really cold weather and you need to survive. And now I'm also going to do a review on one of my favorite items I got for survival and just all out fun. I'm going to try to do a review on something every video. And again, just to remind y'all, go look up my friend's Instagram page, Camo Army. Got a lot of cool pictures of hunting, fishing, redneck memes, cool trucks, and whatnot. It's a really nice page. Y'all should go check it out and give him a like. Follow whatever you do on Instagram. Alright, so cold weather survival. One of the easiest things to get in cold weather survival is snow in most cases. If there's snow on the ground, it's obviously really easy to get, and that's one of the least. You don't really have to worry about it too much. But for the most part, it's always going to be clean. It's always going to be able to. You always be able to drink it once you melt it. But that's a big thing. Never eat the raw snow. Never eat snow while it's still in the snow form. Make sure you melt it, because if you eat it while it's still in the snow form, it'll cool off your body first of all, which you don't need because it's already flipping cold outside. But then also, your body has to melt it before it can use it as water. So you have to expend energy melting the snow, in which case your body temperature drops again, because now you don't have as much energy to keep up your heat. So never eat snow in cold weather survival. Make sure you melt it. If it's cold but there is no snow, then again, just treat it as if there's obviously no snow. Just try to find water. Make sure you drink water. In cold weather, you almost never really feel like drinking anything. You're like, oh no, I'm not really thirsty. I don't want to drink something and make my mouth cold or spill it on me and get me cold or something. But make sure you drink. You don't want to be dehydrated out there, because it's not fun. It's not a good thing to do. So make sure you are always drinking some water, even when you don't feel thirsty. Just take a sip every 5-6 minutes to make sure you're hydrated. And food is probably one of the harder things to get while surviving in the snow, because you don't have a lot of the easy to get nuts, frogs, toads, lizards, just easy reptiles. A lot of those are hiding, and they're not just jumping around going about their normal life. And it's obviously harder to run in snow, so if you find a squirrel or raccoon, something bigger to eat, then you gotta chase it through the snow, and it's gonna be light. It's gonna be more easy to run. So making a spear, bow and arrow, blowgun, something like that. That's very, very helpful in snow survival situations and normal survival situations. But it's very important in snow survival, because it'll make catching your food a lot easier. And when looking for food, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to get as much nutrients out of it as you put into getting it, if that makes sense. Basically, like, you don't want to spend 3 hours chasing a little tiny frog, because you're going to get it, eat it, and you're not going to get up that same nutrient. You're not going to regain that nutrient. So you want to make sure that you can get back at least as much nutrients as you spent, preferably more, because you're going to need protein. Protein and fat are what you really, really want when in a survival situation, because protein will keep you full, and the fat will give you energy, give you warmth, and whatnot. And then shelter is a big thing in snow survival, because you got to make sure you are warm. When you make a shelter, you either want to try to build it up off the ground if you can, get out of the snow, or you can dig the snow out in a little section. But don't waste the snow that you dig out. I mean, I guess you can't really waste it, but if you dig it out, snow is a great, great insulator. So if you build yourself a little A-frame, then you can pack snow up around it, and it'll insulate the heat, actually. So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think, oh, it's cold, I don't want to have this near my shelter. But it's a great, great insulator. That's why igloos are so popular. But so you want to make sure you keep your snow, and you pack it around your shelter and keep it warm for the insulation. It's wonderful. And then obviously water, like I said, it's pretty easy. Fire, is obviously going to be one of the harder things because there's going to be a lot of dead stuff around, dead trees, dead wood, whatnot. So it'll be easier to find wood, but chances are good a lot of it's going to be fairly wet. So you want to make sure you have a good way to start a fire. Maybe at the beginning of the day you take some off and wrap it up in some clothes, put it in your backpack, and keep a little bundle for you dry. Enough to have a fire and dry out some wood with that fire. So that's the biggest things. When another thing to make when if snow survival, if you can, is snowshoes. They kind of vary depending on what you have, obviously, how hard they are to make. But basically what you want to do is just make your feet as big as possible with still being able to walk in them. The bigger you can spread out your weight, like the bigger area you can spread out your weight on, the easier it is to be able to walk on top of the snow. So if you can make them big, like tennis racket size kind of things, then you're going to do pretty good. So you want to, if you can, try to get some of them. They're very helpful. Alright, let's see. We'll go to a review real quick, and if I remember something, then I'll come back to it. What we're reviewing today, I did a small review in my first video on the Simple Survival Kit, but I'm going to be reviewing it again, and it is my favorite lighter in the world. It is from Ultimate Survival, Ultimate Tactical, some company. I got this for $12 on Amazon. If you search like waterproof lighter or something, it should pull up. It has a little circle with the logo in it. It's really nice. Like I said, it's waterproof, so you can. I've gone swimming with it, popped it out, and lit it as soon as I got out. It doesn't have any butane in it right now. It is refillable. It has that little refilling cap, so you're going to need compressed cans. But as you can see, it fills up right there and right there with the butane, and it's good for quite a few lights. I didn't count how many I got out of it, but it's a really nice lighter. My brother, I was driving around with him one day, and he was going 45, and I held it up the window of the car and lit it, and I got a flame as if there was no wind, and he accelerated up to 65. At 60, it's a steady flame. 0 to 60 miles an hour, that kind of wind, it's a steady flame. But then 65 is when it goes out, so it kind of gets worse, but it's a really nice lighter to have because you pretty much always can be able to light it and start a fire with it. It's waterproof, so you don't really have to worry about getting it wet, it being ruined because it's wet. It's just a little push button thing, and the flame comes out of there. It's extremely light. It's really nice. It also has this little thing, which is just a waterproof container. So if you want to, this is the lighter. So you can even just take it out if you want to fill that up with something. I don't really know what you would. Maybe you find some amazing kind of fire lighter stuff you want to try to keep dry, so you want to stuff it in there. But it's a really, really nice lighter to have, and I like it a lot. It's, like I said, I got it for like $12 on Amazon from Ultimate Tactical, Ultimate Survival, somebody like them. The logo kind of went off. But it's a really nice lighter. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a new lighter. And so, I'm pretty darn sure that concludes this video. If not, I'll probably say it in the next video. So, thanks y'all. Bye.